Alright then. Once again, on the hot gates. With the crew of Leonidas Laconia. You've got assets planet side on the Ford's world. A few members of your retinue are still on the ship, going on with their duties and businesses. There is a Mechanicus fleet on the way, and there is a lot of planets up for grabs around here if the Ford's world is finally returned to the Imperium. Under your dynasty's contract, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
So, what Leonidas is doing is he's busy looking at a planetary map before he begins the full-scale invasion, and he's going to call forth his generals and go, man, I've been thinking about this, but it appears to be a week. It feels like a week, but it's only been like 15 seconds.
Warp shenanigans, my lord.
Yeah. And he pulls up the plan, and it's pretty standard Imperial playbook. And it's like, we use the Shrine World troops and the penal troops first. I won't risk the 300, and I won't risk Brawl.
Here are
and we use, and we land them close. There's a space elevator in this world, isn't there?
Well, if there used to be, there is not one functional right now.
Yeah. No, with the ground team successfully taking out the orbital stations, we will begin bombardment of this sector. Just a full force Holy Emperor. Just bang, bang, bang.
Well, there is minimum information regarding the ground forces' progress due to radio silence. We'll see.
We haven't been shot at from the location we dropped them off at, so they must be doing good.
That's the first part, yes.
No news is good news.
Exactly.
So we hit the landing zone and we just crater the zone. Just crater the zone. Send in the first wave and take it from there.
I want you to roll a command test with minus 30? I think we rolled it the last time.
Yes, that was 58.
Yes.
With a target of 65, so like 1 degree. Like less than 1 degree, point.
Yeah. The ground teams have reported, well, not directly, but from what we can see from up here, it seems that they have been successful in securing a landing zone for our troops. Penal regiments and the quote-unquote zealot regiments are ready to deploy, sir.
Don't wait. Deploy them. Deploy them. Make sure Commissar, what's her name? I'm just trying to find her name. Commissar. That's a 300. The Helot, that's the tanks. The Helot Peanut. Commissar Igrath Watermere. Make sure her and the officer course stay back so don't get die. They're more valuable than the troops we're about to send in.
Alright. And, okay, you have to roll another command test for this operation, which we have already rolled. with a target of 65, you got a 100.
Oh, I fate point that.
You can, yes.
That's where the 58 came in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, not taking that.
Yeah. The amount of losses would be 120%. Not only the initial force, the bulk of the force would be eliminated, but the reinforcements would too.
Like, that's standard shit right there. I've lost my opposite core.
The soldiers stopped dying because the enemy ran out of ammunition.
Don't worry, boys, we've got more coming along.
Okay. Our troops have secured a foothold, sir. Our main force is ready to deploy. Combined arms, combined assault of infantry and heavy armor. Are we deploying Aeronautica, sir?
We do have Aeronautica. Yes.
There's a few vessels we still have, yes.
We're deploying
the bulk is
everything.
on the Hive World still, but there is a few we can spare to cover our troops.
Begin second phase. So, begin the Aeronautica.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, combined arms warfare, NATO style, what I call NATO style command, meaning commander's intent. I want Section 1, Section 2 and Section 3 captured within 3 weeks. If it's not achievable through the plan, modify and adjust and let me know so that I can modify and adjust. Share information, men. Don't sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you see the chance to take an objective and it doesn't cost you 5,000% casualties, you take it. I'm not going to chastise you, men. The more land we can take, the more objectives we can secure, the better we look for the Mechanicus.
One of the generals chimes in, "Sir, what about the Mechanicus? We are expecting them any moment. They are taking too long."
And the Mechanicus come when the Mechanicus come. They're never late. They arrive exactly when the computer says to arrive.
Another one reassures the table. "They will come by the will of the Omnissiah. Have faith, comrade."
It's what I said. Like, the Omnissiah tells them when to come, they're never late. Not like the Ecclesiarchy. I look at the Bishop General guy. They're always late.
The last general that spoke rests his hand on his las pistol on his hip and comments, "I only hope your men don't share your doubts."
My men?
The other general's men.
Do you
the other
share?
commander.
Okay. I'm gonna say, if you have doubts, just say to me right now. Do you have doubts?
Make a scrutiny test.
Scrutiny. Okay. Target 82. Boom. Come on. That's 13. 82, so that's 7.
Well, the general does have doubts. He responds with, "My men have straight aim and a strong arm. They have no need of useless doubts. They follow my command to hell and back."
Wait,
However, you can read that the general is doubtful indeed, whether it be doubtful of the Mechanicus or how the operation is gonna end.
Leonidas, he usually has a smile on his face, and the general, like his generals from his own regiments, would begin to realise that he's clocked on that this guy's lying, and so his face turns from happy to why are you lying?
Serious.
He doesn't have to say it. He just looks at him and is like, "Don't lie to me." It's just the look of "Don't lie to me."
Well, reports in here.
That's...
I only follow your lead, my lord.
Say your doubts now.
With hesitation, he answers, "This whole operation relies on whether the Mechanicus arrives on time. If not, both our planet-side troops and the fleet hovering above it, are in very precarious position. Can we afford the casualties will be spent? Will be easy pickings. Even if the ship holds out, there's no telling what the warp will spew out."
Do you have a plan to mitigate the casualties? If the Mechanicus don't arrive on time, which I have factored in, which they always arrive on time.
Well, his plan is, well, an okay one. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be any different from the one you're implementing already. It's just a different plan that includes more indirect fire and or different form of deployment of the troops.
I look at it and I'm like, it's a different plan, but it's no better than the one I have. Tell you what, I look at both plans, and I'm gonna see if I can combine the best aspects of them both to see if I can get a better result. But I'm a drawn out fight in the event that they don't turn up on time.
The other commanders say, well, there is no reason to mix plans together. We should stick to the one we are already using. It seems to be working so far, and any further last minute alterations will only confuse the already barely hanging there planet side troops, especially the higher command. The damage that this change might do to our morale might be catastrophic. We can't afford to show second thoughts here. We have to deal with this with an iron fist.
And that's why I pay you the big bucks.
Not to be confused with Iron Warriors or Iron Hands.
Yes. And that's why I pay my generals a lot of money, because they know that I, for one, try to make the best of both worlds. Try to give everyone a good deal. These men keep me on track. So, General, is there anything that I can do for you to help relieve your doubts?
My lord, you have already brought us to great victories. You have already given us great honor. There is naught else I would ask of you. Forgive my doubts.
I like doubts. I like them being out in the open, because it allows me to, better prepare and take into considerations. I have an open door policy. But, General, don't lie to me. Just never lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the second phase underway.
I'm ready to give the command, my lord, on your signal.
He just gives the nod.
Deploy main assault.
I imagine it opens up with Aeronautica fucking flattening a trench line or something and just fucking Steel Legion that shit through the front line.
Yeah. There's alarms blaring, a lot of mechanisms, a lot of wiring in the ship, a lot of shaking, a lot of rumbling, as either drop pods or transport vessels go planetside, loaded with the best the Mechanicus has to offer, with the best line troops House Laconia has to offer. This is it. It's too late to back down from anything anymore. All the generals cast away their doubts and immerse.
Got a plasma pistol to the one that has road doubts. I'm just saying, you will cast away your doubts.
I will follow the certainty of steel, my lord.
Yes. But continue.
Every general immerses themselves in data slates, in hololith screens, in projections, in Mechanicus analytics, with Maggie and other serfs, counting, speculating, going through every possible situation, every possibility. Make a command test with -20, and you will see
-20.
what the enemy are doing.
So that's 95. That's
Excuse me.
40.
How many degrees of success?
95, so 45, 50, 60, 70, 80. 5 degrees of success.
Mm-hmm. The operation has been a success so far. Our forces have reached the main hub of the Forge World. They've laid ruin to the peripheral structures to have the enemy cornered inside. Though the hub itself will be a tough nut to crack. It's fortified to hell and back It has dark mechanicum installations. The heretics are protecting it with the best they have.
You see Leonidas gives a little smirk and he says, give them Tartarus. That's just the 10,000 artillery guns sitting in the back line. Like, give them that.
Sorry.
Like, you think they can hide behind the walls? Best purchase Seraphina ever made. Did you forget about that?
Yeah, I remember.
Just 10,000 artillery guns. Yeah, the first Titans of Tartarus army group.
Our troops are close to breaching. They are facing very stern defense. The enemy is using war-based weaponry. How shall we proceed? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just these.
Yeah, I got kicked out for some reason. Crazy. Nice Discord. Oh well. So, as I was saying,
Hey, can you hear me?
yes,
Yeah. You just DC from the chat and just died.
yeah, I don't know why. Crazy. Warp shenanigans. The moment I mentioned the warp, I got kicked out.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Like, give them Tartarus. That's when you fucking died.
Yeah.
Because did you forget about the 10,000 artillery guns we have just sitting?
We can make progress with our infantry, but our vehicles cannot enter. It's too dangerous. They will be easy pickings for any ambush, for any form of surprise attacks.
Yeah. Infantry. So is there a... Well, for the most part, my own infantry are good because they have Oculus sights, best quality Oculus sights that give them unnatural ballistics, but also night vision. But also have advanced helmets as well on them.
Hmm.
So that they're good on that front. Is there any ways that I can, allow give my own infantry the best chance to succeed in advancing in there? Or do I just take the hammer approach and just flatten it with artillery? Now that's the question.
I don't know. You can consult with your commanders, consult some machine spirit to calculate the risks for you, or magos. Pray to the Omnisire that he may give you guidance.
I'll pray to the Omniscience for guidance. and I will ask the cogitator for advice, but I'm also going to ask the generals. You know, it's like throw the kitchen sink at it, see what I can get back.
Come again,
Go
sorry?
Generals. I'm going to pray to the Omnisire.
Okay.
Put the numbers into the cogitator for, estimations and advice. I'm also going to ask the generals. I'm doing all three.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The generals. The generals are busy fighting amongst themselves. Because now that they feel the operation is going good, they want to grab all the honor. They want to be it's one wants their troops to be the ones making the breakthrough.
I'm just gonna like get my power sword and just stab my table with it, and go That's not the Shrine World. We're not doing the Shrine World. We got this far because we didn't allow egos. You're letting your ego get in the way. And he's just gonna turn and go, no shouting, no bitching. Yes, and make up.
Like the scene from Peaky Blinders, no fighting.
Yeah. And he's just gonna go, we made it this far because ego didn't get in the way. So, give me your ideas, give me your plans, and I will put the numbers in the cogitator. And I will adjust the plan for whoever has the best one to make it the best possible idea. And you will include all assets available for this operation. And I will give a reward for whoever has the best plan.
Let's see.
I'm thinking a governorship.
So, there are 3 plans proposed by the commanders. One suggests to bless all the equipment with the holy oils of the Mechanicus, have the will of the Omniscience on our side, and make a valiant infantry charge to break in to the main hub. Another general suggests to bombard the hub so much to break into it, to physically break it with ordnance, and then move inside from there. And another general suggests to use very select few vehicles to break in and make a sacrificial charge with them inside, so that a line of cover, a line of operation can be made, whether these vehicles are destroyed or not, so that the enemy doesn't have the only cover in there, the only structural advantage.
Right, all 3 plans seem like they have advantages and disadvantages. I do like all 3. So Leonidas will look at all 3 plans and go, how do I make all these 3 plans into one plan and make it a good plan? So he begins to pray, ask the Omniscience for guidance.
Make a tech use test with -30. There are many variables to take into consideration.
7. I'm
16.
going to.
You rolled a 69, didn't you?
I rolled a 50.
Oh, you rolled these ones. Okay.
54.
Nice.
I just wanted to press it.
Which my target 9, 8, 7, which is 65 is my target, so that's 1.1 degrees of success.
Well, the machine spirit thinks. You can hear all the cogitator arrays in the room whine. You can hear the coils. You can hear the strain on the coils. And after analyzing each of the plans, either separately or together, one by one with another, it says that the infantry charge is most likely will have the most casualties, as the hub is an unknown territory and the enemy will be prepared for it. The vehicle assault will have the most quote-unquote expensive casualties, because vehicles are obviously harder to replace. And the third plan with the bombardment is going to be the most cost-effective on one hand, but it has the least chances of success, as the hub might be too deep or too well fortified to be broken by artillery. A combination of the three would result in the best chances of success. An initial infantry charge, which will result in calculating 99.99 casualties of infantry, followed by a vehicle charge with calculating 56.6666 casualties, which will secure a foothold inside for the more competent infantry placement to be placed inside, fight its way through, and a bombardment of the same place between each charge, so that enemy forces either preparing, or holding the line will be disrupted and or killed.
So Lena is just begins to take all three plans, listens to the cogitator, and then goes, I have an idea. And he literally does that plan, like the three courses plan. He calls it the 3-course meal. Just 3-course meal with a side of orange juice.
It's gonna be the title.
Like, yeah, three-course meal with a side of orange juice, and he's just like, yeah, here we go. All three plans have merit. This This plan I don't think they'll expect because it doesn't follow the standard Imperial playbook. What do you think, man? We send in the Penals for the first wave. We bombard, bombard. And he just recites the plan as how you recited it.
Mm-hmm.
Maximise the casualties while we minimise our casualties on the elite side.
Sounds like a plan, my lord.
Leonidas thinks and he thinks and he thinks and he's like, we're not gonna get any better plan. Let's do it. Let's not waste time, boys.
By the Omnissiah's will, this forge will never forget this day.
We will either die here or we will win here. It sure as shit will be the first one.
Some commanders say they wanna go planet side, fight along their troops.
Leonidas gives a nod and he's like, I'm gonna go planet side. I'm gonna fight alongside the 300 with my household guard. Because this is either gonna be... We are either gonna die here or succeed. But let it be known, men, generals, this is their victory. Not ours, theirs. Understood?
We are but tools of his will.
He gives a nod for begin the plan.
And as the generals, as the commanders get dismissed, each one goes to their respective platoons, the men, to their side of the ship to prepare their part of the assault. And in less than an hour, the force is prepared, ready to make planetfall.
Yeah. And Leonidas gives... He will give one final speech. And the speech will be in his usual tack and candor of just being blunt. And he's like, some of yous may die, and you're a coin which will be spent, but I aim to do it wisely. And let it be known that I'm not gonna just spend your coin, I'm going to spend mine as well. I will be dying in there with yous as well if this fails. But let it be known, we will not fail. And for those who survive, who are not the penals, full pensions will be paid out. Land and title for the world without, the promised world of that we will settle. Except for you, I don't like you.
Who, the doubtful general?
No, he just picked some random person.
Like a serf
But
in the
it's
room,
clearly made as a
or
joke.
one of... Okay. Make
No,
a
it was just clearly it's
make
it's
a
joke for his-
fellowship. Make a fellowship test. What? How many times have you picked up the machine trait
machine trait twice.
with -20? Make a charm test with -20. Well, charm.
Charm test. It's my wheelhouse. Boom. Target's a 95.
Mhm.
So 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So that's 5, 6, 7. 7 degrees of success.
Mm-hmm.
So, ma'am,
The commander
buddy.
laughs and says, "Well, my lord, I hope the enemy dislikes me more after our victory today."
I don't think they'll remember your name. Because they will be dead. And you will be drinking orange juice.
He flexes his mechanical arm. "I'll imprint it on their skulls."
That's a waste of an imprint.
Picks up
Tell
his
you what,
plasma pistol. "Maybe I should just blow their heads off and be done with it."
that'll be easier. Saves time and ammo. Oh, fuck. Make sure you use a bolt pistol. Not worth the plasma. Anyway, man. If you're gonna die, please take like 50 with them before it happens. Because last thing I want to see you in the astronet getting your head blown off as soon as you walk out. It'll be embarrassing. Let's go. Lena just walks like, yeah, that was a good speech. Probably wasn't, but he was like, that was good.
Okay.
I will be deploying with all 100 of my what do you call my household guard.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
They're the like Roman legionnaires with Spartans. Things that you have.
Yeah, I remember. Fighter. Movements. What are they, the ones with the white stuff?
Yeah, the white ones.
Ooh.
I have a feeling we're all gonna die here. It's these ones right here.
Yeah. You see all the desolation around the battlefield. It becomes only worse the closer you get to any warp anomalies down here. It is as if the corpses of the dead get up, as if they are ready to talk again. As if they will complain that they were sent to their deaths, as if their lives were wasted for an unjust cause.
Burn them all. Unless it's our own men, and then they will get sanctified and buried. And make sure you get the dog tags so we can pay the pensions to the loved ones. Because, you know, Leonidas pays his debts.
Commissar is also here. Let's bring everybody.
Commissar Ignis, I will marry you.
There are more important duties at hand, my lord.
I never said when, just that I will do it. Nah, he won't. It's clearly as a joke because we're about to fucking die.
I feel sorry for our enemies, sir. They will take the full force of our army.
Is the Mechanicus even here yet?
She doesn't seem to care about the Mechanicus.
No, it's just suddenly Leonidas I says it as well, man. Are they even here yet?
Not yet.
Gonna win. We might win this without them.
I'll roll for the astropath. Nah, the astropath fails again. Man, every campaign of Rogue Trader I've played has had horrible astropaths. It's been completely in the dark, no communication, with no outside communication.
You might have to meta years. It's like, yep.
I might have to start fudging the dice. Oh, the astropath relays it successfully. Yeah, sure.
Not 100 ahead, it actually exploded. Because when I happened to one of my astropaths, like, I've only got 4 left.
Okay. Vehicles deployed.
Fucking.
Aeronautica deployed.
I look at private conscripted bitch from the Penal Battalion and go, I like you.
A woman from the penal battalions.
Just a random. I just walk up to a random penal guy and go, I like you. You survive, I will free you. Gives him a smile like, yeah, you're probably gonna die.
The penal trooper is obviously not very keen to fighting. He's nervously fidgeting with his last gun, to the point where it's evident that he's never been a soldier. And
I've turned it round the opposite way and go, it's a right-handed las gun, and your safety's on, and you don't have a magazine inside of it.
He checks his bandolier, picks up the only magazine he has on him, and pushes it in. Succeeds on the ballistic test. He properly loads it, turns the safety on and off, make sure it works. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll make you proud,
I'm just
sir.
gonna look.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna look at this like, what the fuck? You did that right. Like, you know what? Alexis, calling for the 300 general.
This guy. He's old, man.
Yeah. Go see us.
Yep. Let me spawn in some more. What is it, Lord?
This man received absolutely no training, and yet successfully loaded his las rifle. I want him in the 300.
The general will make a scrutiny. Well, some members of the penal battalions have been deserters before. I'm guessing experience gets shared among them. Even if most of them lack actual combat experience, they catch on a few tips and tricks from their comrades.
I'm aware, General. If he survives it, though, we'll put a bomb collar around his neck and put him in the 300. Oh wait, he already has the first one. He already has a bomb collar. Would you like a pension? He says that to the trooper that he says he likes.
Oh, well, to be honest, my lord, I expect to settle on this planet after we are done with this. After we are done with this war.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, no, Luna says that out loud. Oh, penals don't retire.
He says some of them do, don't they? And he says some names of, well, he names some people that are said to have been retired or to have started from penal worlds as penal troopers, or who have been redeemed through penance in a penal battalion and have made it so far as to become nobles on planets or Imperium heroes even.
So, but none of them from my penal regiment.
Make a scrutiny test.
Scrutiny. Where's my dice? My dice!
Oh, shit. Man.
GM. Disappointed.
Worst experience ever.
I know.
Alt F Tessera. Alt F4.
Oh, F4. Want a refund.
What is it? Either some of them or...
D100 and a D10, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh. It's a 21? 27? 27. And my scrutiny is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So that's 5 degrees of success. 5 degrees of success.
Every name he's mentioned has been fabricated by the commissars of your troops, of your army, so that they keep the morale high.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember Jog. Yeah, Jog. Yeah. Good man, Jog, Commissar, yeah. I believe he's commanding one of the tanks. I go to a random tank and say to like the commander there and go, "Your name's Job now." I went, "Hey Job, you were in the penal, right?" I'm just nodding like you were in the penal.
He agrees. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, he's commanding a tank now.
And he comes up with a story of his own to embellish what has been already said. You know, how I saved myself. He slaps the tank. This bad boy saved me. Everyone around me was dead. They were screaming in pain, in agony. And I thought to myself, well, what does the Emperor want me to do? And then, as if his will manifested in front of me, I saw her. Slaps the tank again. I open the hatch, jump right in. I see the crew dead. They all had been slain by a toxic shot that penetrated the hull. I take a look at the cannon. I see it's loaded. Quickly, I spin it, I maneuver it, I take aim, and I fire. And you should see the heretics on the other end of the cannon exploded. They were torn limb from limb, their bodies decorating the ground in front of me. By that moment, I knew I am walking the right path. I knew his light shines upon me. And this light may shine upon you one day, soldier.
And he has a full pension and land.
I'll set up a farm. Find me a good woman. Have some kids.
Leonidas just looks like you set up a farm. Nah. It's a... Yeah, you're probably going to set up a garage.
Maybe if this bad boy retires, slaps the tank again, I'll have it as a memoir in my estate.
We all know you're never gonna retire, Job. You love this too much.
If the Emperor wants me, I'll keep fighting. I'll keep delivering his will to our enemies. The enemies of of the Imperium. The enemies of truth.
And I'm just gonna go, yeah, man. Job made it. You can make it too. Now charge! To the penals. And I'm just gonna say to the commissars, it's like, make sure none of them make it alive. Say for him, I do like him. Try and keep him alive, but if he dies, he dies. Thank you, Job. Remind me to give you a pay rise.
Any day, sir. You know, there's not a smither of truth. Not even a hint of truth in everything he said.
Yeah, I know. But it's like... She's probably some random schmuck I hired to drive the tank.
He's never been outside it.
Shit.
He's only fought as a mechanized troop.
Oh. Same principle.
Yeah. Probably hasn't even fired his gun. Anyway. Again, the penals form up and prepare for the charge.
I'm just gonna go, I'm just gonna say to the commissar, like, wait behind the line I'm going to say to her, it's like, why did you give them las rifles and not just hit bolters? It would have been cheaper.
The bolters are expensive. Bolt shells are
Yeah.
expensive, my lord.
Sorry, I'm meaning an auto gun.
And we didn't have any.
Uh,
We're so overstocked
These were in
with
the last-
high quality las guns and bolt weapons that we don't have any room for cheap, expendable auto guns.
Did we use them in the Heliots? Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, yeah. We used them against the Necrons.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were disintegrated, my lord.
oh. Wait, all we have is las guns. Why
Yeah,
wasn't I
bolt-
told about this?
Las guns and bolt weapons.
No, but at least we have some plasma. Oh wait, no, my household guard have all the plasma weaponry. Damn, I need to perform the logistics. Fucking giving Leonidas just walking away, like saying loudly, but not too loudly. Like people hear him, except for the penals. He's like, wow, fucking over-equipped penals.
Yeah, they are the best penals in this side of the galaxy. They are equipped better than some regiments are. Some regular regiments are.
Yeah, I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Okay. First wave.
Leonidas gives all the hand-me-down stuff in the hand. I'm just gonna go. Remember, man, who do you fear more? Me or them?
There are sounds of explosions, screaming, vox chatter, tracked vehicles moving around. There's no point in trying to communicate directly by speech. It has to be, at least with someone on the front line, it either has to be direct vox channel or you have to be right next to them for them to hear you. They've been given a command and the Emperor's grace, and they are sent forward to fight.
I'm just gonna say, you know, when they hit the front line, make sure we like the 10,000 artillery guns, just fucking use them as zoning apparatus. I believe that's part of the plan.
Indeed.
Dinos are a rangefinder. Oh god. Oh god, I just noticed Leonidas is like, use him as a rangefinder. Right.
Make a command test with -20.
Command test with my -20, so command. Give me I'm fate pointing that. That's better. That's a 58. 70, 18, 92. That's 3.5 degrees of success.
Okay, so the plan is followed as expected. Heavy bombardment followed by infantry charges to shock and dislodge any defenders. Now, let's see how the troops actually manage. Make a either ballistics or a weapons skill for them.
You want me to do it?
Or, yeah, go ahead and roll it.
What's the target?
The target is 35.
Oh, 45.
Mhm.
So that's 1 degree of failure.
The troops themselves don't manage very well. They are penals after all. Their main goal was to scout out and expose any weak points, any strong points, and force the enemy into revealing their weapons, to revealing their positions. There are a few heavily defended positions with heavy weapons teams and heavy defenses. Plascrete and... what else? Plastil and Plascrete positions, which will be fired upon by the heavy ordnance, of course, now that they have been exposed. The Penals suffer heavy casualties, of course, as they really failed. Ambushes, mines, and warp attacks get the better of them. Some are still holding positions towards the front lines, but they won't be able to stay there for long. They will be eliminated by the time the next wave goes in.
I do like a guesstimate of the range and say to the Tartarus group, yeah, okay, that's roughly where they got to. Why?
Right.
You know, as part of the plan, it's like, yeah, you guys are just a rangefinder.
Second wave of Penals. Roll another check with target of 35.
Okay. That's I think it's 61.
That is a 91.
Oh, 91. Oof. Eesh.
Oof. Second wave of Penals gets completely obliterated. By area of effect warp attacks. There seems to be a sorcerer stationed in the warp, in the forge, in the hub.
I'm
The
gonna say,
wave.
do we have,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just about to say, do we have an idea of where that sorcerer is?
Unfortunately, the troops were annihilated before relaying any useful information.
Okay.
Okay. Since all the Penals have been eliminated, deploy heavy ordnance.
Yeah. Tartarus group. We have the range. We have a guesstimate of the range. Go about 100 meters in front of that and you're good. Or just fuck it. You know what? He'll just say right on top of them. Like, go right on top of the Penals. And just saturate the entire area by half a kilometer radius.
Okay.
Just fucking boom. And I'm just gonna say to the journals, it's like, man, you're about to see something magnificent.
The barrage of heavy cells.
They have ocular sights, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Make a ballistics with target of 55.
55.
Ooh. That's exactly 5 degrees of success.
Yes. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7 actually. Ocular sights add +2 unnatural ballistics, so
Yes.
+2 degrees of success.
7 degrees of success.
Yeah. Fucking pinpoint.
Looks like some of the Penals made it quite close to the fortress, to the defenses. And so the bombardment successfully destroys the outer layer of defenses and leaves some gaping holes on the plastil, on the plascrete walls. Which means that if any infantry makes it there, they might have a chance to break in. And of course, any further bombardments can be more precise now that the location, that the distance, the coordinates have been found. You can even target specific parts of the defenses if need be, if the need arises.
Mm.
First wave of tanks.
I'm just gonna go. Good luck, job.
He couldn't hear you over the sound of tracks and the Vox commands.
He doesn't know. He knows I wished him luck.
Lehman Russes. And
It's the Vanquisher variant, so
Exterminator.
fucking they have storm bolters equipped. Fucking
Ζήσε τη στιγμή. Για τους δύσκολους λεκέδες υπάρχει το skip. Με την...
Bolters, autocannons, flamers, melters, plasma. Each one has 3 bolters.
I believe I actually have equipped. I believe I actually have it. No, I don't have it. The exact. Oh yeah, 2 twin las cannons, side multi lasers, coaxial heavy flamer. So it's heavy flamers and flamers. Multi lasers for the sides.
Yeah.
And a twin las cannon. Like these things are fucking.
Yeah. And this one. Okay. Tanks move up. Few chimeras to deploy infantry if need be.
Because we built these things to be anti-infantry. Anti-infantry, anti-tank hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Let's see how the plan goes, how the commander does. Okay, the plan is successful. Now the tanks have to roll for their success, how the actual troops do.
The tanks have laser emitters so that they can fire at greater ranges, oculus sights, and best advanced helmets. So,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have the crimson armor. Well, the red crimson armor, which is standard this year across all of the regiments except for the penal.
Make a target 65 test.
Target 65. See what you want about Leonidas, man. He fucking equips his men.
Yeah. You've requisitioned everything there is on this side of the...
67. Fuck. Can I use a fate point for that?
Yes.
Boom.
Just keep track of them because it's gonna be
Oh,
a
for
lot of
fuck's
rolls.
sake.
Seems like
Okay.
the enemy were prepared to face heavy vehicles. And you have more losses than anticipated. Hmm.
Mm.
Make a command test with -40.
Command test with -40.
There is literal chaos going on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. So that's 85 is target. Six, so that's 6, and 9.
Okay.
So that's 60, 63, so 60. That's 1.2 degrees. 2.2.
Mm-hmm.
2 degrees of success.
So even though there was harder resistance than anticipated, the remaining troops manage to either return to a safer position for the next wave, minimize casualties, even though they haven't. Well, they succeeded on their strategic goal, but their tactics weren't as solid as they could have. Now, for the second wave of tanks. Okay.
65.
Yes.
And fating that. It's 2.
I rolled a 6 too.
I rolled a 2.
2? Yeah, 2. I rolled a 6. So, both the plan goes perfectly, and now that the trap has been sprung already, the troops find the way to strike back, and with great force. And they make it so close to the actual defenses, and they capitalize on the breach left behind by the artillery, so that a few chimeras deploy their payload, meaning proper guardsmen this time.
Yay. I'm assuming we haven't actually deployed the 300 yet. They're
No.
waiting.
Yes,
Because
they'll,
those are the best of the best.
they'll be on the final assault.
Leonidas, he's in, and he's as commanding strategic bits right now. He's sitting down, drinking some orange juice, and he's like, "Huh, first wave went shit. Second wave went brilliant."
There. There's the HQs. I lost you for a minute. Okay, so rinse and repeat. Heavy ordnance. Aim and fire.
Target is
55? Yeah, 55.
$73. I'm gonna have 3 left. I'm got 2 left. 65. So that's 1 degree of success. Because of the unnatural ballistics things going on.
The bombardment continues. The weapons teams load and fire as instructed, with the coordinates provided to them by the newly deployed infantry there, to be more precise with their attacks. Round after round lands on the plascrete and the plasteel walls, tearing down huge chunks of the outer layer of the structure. Let's look at the structure. Isn't it nice? Such heresy.
Such heresy. Such heresy.
I didn't actually make these pieces myself. I found them and stole them. But yeah, it would just take so much time to make each of these. But they are very, very beautiful. Let's see. The defenders sally out. A few squads of marines, chaos marines. They cause a few losses. They take out mainly the chimeras deploying the infantry and any Liman Russes that were covering them. Minimal losses. Just an obstruction. It is known that Marines can be so vain. Next time this happens, the troops will be ready. Rinse and repeat. Last tank assault before the elite infantry is deployed.
Well, it's just like, well, that second wave went fucking brilliantly.
I'm rolling the commander test.
I will roll the ballistics. 78. Yeah, its target was
55. No, the tanks is 65 actually.
6. So that's 1 degree of success. Because they also have oculus sights.
More tanks deploy, circling the breach. Firing down at any defenders, any forces trying to salvage the situation for the heretics. Even though the enemy deploys their own defenses, they deploy chaos engines, warp machines imbued with forces of warp, demon engines, Mauler fiends. What are they called? Crawlers, doom crawlers. Your tanks are equipped well enough to deal with those. Twin-linked las cannons on a predator, not predator, on a Liman Russ chassis just cuts through them like butter.
Yeah, they were specifically after the Shrine World. We kind of went, yeah, let's have tanks are designed for anti-tank, anti-infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The 300.
300. Like, what don't they have? It'll be a shorter list.
Thank you for the follow.
They have Crimson Gear, Oculus Sights, Lazimeters, Flame Retardant Ballistics Cloaks, Accordion Wire, and Best Advanced Helmet Systems. Yeah, they have fucking.
Very nice.
They have barbed wire. Imagine they're putting that in the chimeras. Fucking.
Let's see. How does Commander Alexius manage? He manages well.
Good well, Alexius.
He manages well. He's worked with these men for years. He knows all their strengths, their weaknesses, and how to use them.
What's the target rate for the ballistics?
Well, I'd say it would be more of a weapon skill,
Okay.
but it would be something like a, I don't know, 65 with a natural. With 2 degrees of a natural success.
Rating that one. 74, so 85 would be their thing. So that's 1 degree. Well, 2.2. 1.2 never. Yeah, 1 degree of success.
The heretics, of course, realize this is the main course. You see, every heretic, every marine, every demon inside there scuttle to deal with this immense threat. The 300 chop through bodies like a hot chainsword through butter. They have made it in.
I can see one of the guys from the 300 just fucking choking one out with accordion wire. that he put, like, you know, he's put around his fist, he's just punching a guy. Like, you killed Jimmy! You killed Jimmy!
Your troops have made it in.
Yay!
And now a different kind of battle starts. The communication is even harder now that they are inside, with all the interference, with all the warp charge that is gathering. You see this pillar, this obelisk starts to light up. These circles up here start spinning slowly. And in the center, unbelievable, impossible shapes start to form. You can make a warp test or a -40 logic test.
I do have a Forbidden Lord Heresy.
That wouldn't help necessarily. You could help someone with it, but it's not a heresy test.
So you said -40 logic test, or what was the other one?
Warp.
And that's a comet, like a galactic. What?
I think it's might be scholastic. I don't believe it's forbidden. Skills. Forbidden. It's in forbidden, yes. Forbidden lore, the warp.
Yeah, I can't even make that test, so it has to be someone that has that.
Okay. So The astropath.
I will give a +10. If the astropath is in the
Yeah,
The
you
ship, he
can
would get
you
a
can
plus.
have a Vox contact with him.
he'll be in the ship, so he'll like have a +20 to it
Okay.
because we have a library.
Mm-hmm.
Watch him fucking get the brick with this and have his head explode.
You can hear the trembling voice of the astropath through the Vox. My lord, they have initiated a ritual. Emperor preserve us.
Είμαι ο Usain Bolt και μου
Do you know the ritual?
γρήγορα. Και τώρα το γρήγορο μόλις έχει...
It will take time.
I'm cutting your department's budget.
I have not.
He then just goes,
The astropath has not studied the occult or is not so well versed with heretical rituals to instantly know which one it is.
oh, then he'll be like, now that Leonidas is aware of it, they'll be like, you know what? I'm giving your department a pay rise.
Such a roller coaster.
I'm good. Yes. It's a fucking roller coaster of a battlefield here. I'm like, huh. How well stable does this building look?
It looks sturdy, yeah. It's gonna take
Yeah.
either something really big or very well placed melta charges to bring it down.
Leonidas begins to think. He looks up and goes, orbital bombardment this place, I ain't dealing with this shit. He just looks at us like, oh, there's a ritual. Yeah, we're just going to get the Tartarus Legion to bombard this and sink with a fleet. Like, yeah, I think the men are. I think them. He looks to his generals and looks to the men. He's like, "Do you guys want to deal with this?"
One of the lower Magi who's with you, who's around there at the HQ, at the HQ in a way, says, let me use my voice mode for this. Orbital bombardment, my lord. By my calculations, that would destroy crucial parts of the manufactorum. We will be conquering only ruins. There has to be another way to deal with this ritual.
So, you said a cult. You said this is a summoning ritual that's been done.
Well, the Magus doesn't know what kind of ritual it is.
No, I was asking you, the GM, not the Magus.
Well, how would anyone know?
I said it was a summoning ritual for.
I didn't say it was a
It's-
summoning ritual.
Alright,
I only said it was a ritual.
ritual. Because I get told there's a ritual, could I make a like an Inquisition or a heresy roll just to see if I can?
It's gonna be with
Grand
minus
Beast.
60. It's gonna be a heresy with minus 60.
Heresy with minus. You said heresy with minus 60.
Yes.
So that will be a 45% chance. Getting my dice. Fate. I'll have. That is. that barely succeeds. Like by 0.1.
It's more of instinct than anything else. That you know, this is not a summoning ritual. It's not a destructive ritual. This is an ascension ritual. Whoever is in the center of it, whoever is channeling it, looks to acquire power greater than the material world can provide.
And it just looks and goes, Magos, lower maid guy. Let's begin this 1001 chant. Men, have faith. We need to bring that obelisk down. I think those that have been around Leonidas long enough probably like, oh, he knows what this is. He should know saying. Which is a bad thing.
The Magos reluctantly agrees.
Is that the best course of action? What he's doing there? Like, as a player, I don't really know. It's like Leonidas would probably know what would actually be the best course of action.
Well, it is the most straightforward way to deal with this, indeed. No one can challenge that. By knowing the Mechanicus, they would sacrifice a lot to keep the Forge world intact. But since they are not here, they don't have much of a say on the matter.
You know, how would I be able to take this down while keeping it intact?
Mm-hmm.
Leonidas, he begins to think. He was like, wait a minute. And he says to the Maga, he says, how high is your security clearance?
When Adept Thorn is not present, I am one of his seconds.
Yeah, but that doesn't answer the question. How high is your clearance?
Well, it's not as high as Thorn's, obviously, and he doesn't have access to the most secret, special stuff. He only has access to the public information, let's say.
Then what he does is like, okay, how would you go about purging this obelisk? Because I know what it's doing while keeping this intact. Because if you don't know the answer, I'm bringing this thing down.
You hear his coils whining. You can hear his cognis. You see his cognis canisters bubbling with activity. He has 3 cogitator servitors around him also calculate.
+10.
My lord, I am afraid I am inconclusive. My research has been inconclusive. I have no fast enough way to take this pillar down.
Leonidas would also he would at least try to figure out how to take the pillar down. before he goes, fuck it, bring it down. You know, like he's like, how can I do this? He would then say to his demolition guys, he's like, you guys got an idea? Just a pillar.
The demolition guys say. He points at a bundle in his hand and says, "If I can, that's that with this," and he mimics the movement of sticking a charge on a wall. "If I can do this there, it's done, my lord."
He looks at him and was like, I'm assuming Leonidas knows that touching that's not a good idea.
It's not the best idea to
It says, how
juggle
many
with
of those...
melter bombs.
Yeah, he's like, how many of those bombs do we have?
He looks at his equipment. I have 3 on me right now.
Leonidas, he says, could you direct me? I'm just going to go up to him and go, you do this. You probably won't survive. So I'm going to give you a double pension. But if you survive, you're going to die. And I will give you 4 times a pension. How's that? For you and your family.
He scratches his head. Do I get to blow stuff up?
Yes, you get to blow that up. Just the obelisk.
Then, by the Emperor's will, I shall.
Just to confirm, is that blowing up the obelisk is actually is how to do this and keep the force world intact?
Yes.
Okay. He's like, have at it. If he looks to all the other demolition guys and go, he fails. You guys are next. I would do it myself, but I don't know how to do demolitions. Just try your best not to touch it.
The Magos chimes in.
These crude flesh bags will not succeed. They need the Omnissiah's guidance, my lord.
Then guide them.
We are 100% on agreement. I wish to accompany them and put an end to this foul thing that plagues the forge, the manufactorum, and the machine spirit of this world.
Leonidas is thinking, it's like, how replaceable is this guy?
Well, everyone here pretty much is, both the Magos and the Demolitions teams.
Yeah, he'll be like, alright, go at it.
You know, they are crack quality, like over 40% chance to succeed on a standard roll, but you have more of them. It's not like they are unique like the 300 are.
But they're replaceable. Yeah. Like, he just links and goes, have at it. You're replaceable. Have at it.
Okay.
Good luck.
The Magos.
Guide you.
Yeah. The Magos orders a Valkyrie to come pick them all up. The Demolitions team. Let's say these guys. I have to find the Magos real quick. Mechanicus. Whoa.
You know, it's just like, he just says to his general next to him, he's like, I'm going to need a shot for a new Magus.
Which one do you want, the red one or the green one?
Green one. Because this is a not important Magos, so he gets green.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have gone for the green one too. It's Demolitions team, the Magos. Who else?
Oh, Magos, feel free to take 100 demo guys with you.
It's gonna be 3 Valkyries going on this mission to ensure that at least some team, at least one of the Demolitions teams, makes it to the pillar.
Leonidas looks for a second, is like, can we send more Valkyries? More tech priests? Because sending one just seems like a bad idea.
It's not gonna be just one. It's gonna be a squadron, basically.
Okay, he's like, you know, let's send 2 squadrons.
Mm-hmm.
2
That's
squadrons.
all of them.
I ain't sure that this works.
Okay. If this goes sideways, no more aerial aeronautica support.
Ah, you know what? Yeah, just send the 1 squadron.
Okay.
You know,
What?
it's just like, if the first phase fails, send in the second phase, second squadron.
First one has a squad leader and the Magos. The other ones have the same except no Magos plus 1 team member. Alright.
Can I not send more tech priests with them as well? Just so they fucking know, so the Magos can share the information that he knows, like, to bring this thing down.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to ensure, like,
Yeah.
what the Magos knows, he can tell another tech priest to tell another tech, you know, to then send the backup.
This is
squadron.
the backup tech priest.
And I'm going to tell both tech priests to tell the second squadron tech priests what they're planning.
Okay.
You know, Leonidas is making sure.
So we need a pilot from the Valkyrie pilots, basically. It's a target of 55 against the defenders.
44.
Okay.
So that's 1.1 degree of success.
Let's see how many degrees. For every degree the defenders get, 1 Valkyrie goes down. Target 65.
You got 26, and all 3 went down.
That's 20, yeah. They get shot down. Once they reach close enough to have vision on the pillar, they see the sorcerer channeling the energies of the materium through the pillar down to the forge. And he instantly brings forth demons that first the demons attack the Valkyries to first disorient them and take them out of their route. And then the guns of the defensive positions shoot them down before they manage to deploy their payload safely. You have another squadron.
Do we see where that sorcerer was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's on these
Fucking-
platforms here.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking. Is it safe to, like, just artillery bombard that fuck?
It can be attempted.
No, where he is, so it's like, Oh, but can the men just, like, we just, like, have, like, half the army just suppressive fire the fuck?
It's too high up.
Uh.
Maybe sniper shots, even if that.
Because he's just gonna keep nuking like that, and that's like. Because we've only got the one squadron left.
Mm.
It's like, that guy needs to go.
It's the difficult decisions a commander has to make.
Mm.
You have 3 Valkyries still. And the crews are expendable anyway. Not expendable, replaceable. Not expendable.
Yeah, but the issue is that you said that's the last one.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck it. I'm going to tell the regiment to fucking fight its way up to the sorcerer before sending in the next set of Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Meat wave them, like, fucking meat wave the fucker. That's not the 300, but you know, the fucking expendable ones.
Make a command test. Minus. It's gonna be minus 40, or you can assign a general and take it to minus 30.
I'll assign a general. Yeah, make it to minus 30 with the command test.
Make the command test.
I'm just 85. Boom. That's safe.
29.
29, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's 6 degrees of success.
Mm-hmm. The troops make it up to these platforms. The 300 hold the main brunt of the defenders, as select teams with the commander go up the spire. And there it's gonna be a duel between the commander and the sorcerer.
Because if that commander fails, I'm gonna go up there.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a willpower test. A contested test between the sorcerer casting spells and the general.
24.
That's quite good. Unfortunately, I rolled a 3. The commander gets overwhelmed by the sorcerer's psychic might. His body crumbles before his will gives in. Till the last moment he fights He honors the regiment. He sets the example for the men to follow before they themselves get taken out either by the sorcerer's witchcraft or his retinue. The fight goes on. The ritual one step closer to completion.
Yeah, Leonidas is gonna go in there to deal with the sorcerer, because they won't do anything with it. Because my AP doubles when he tries to do psychic bullshit to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like... So Leonidas is gonna go right through, like, come on, household guard, we're gonna deal with this fuck. Once that guy's dead, we can send in the next support.
Does it double or is it applied as normally? Because I don't remember.
Doubled. My AP's doubled, so it's like my AP's 21, so it'll be, let's say it's 21, it'll be 42. Because it's the Ignis's power armor that AP's doubled. Armor points is doubled.
Okay. So, Leonidas. Do you go there by chimera or by on foot?
Chimera to get there quick.
Mm-hmm. All right. You are in the thick of it. You cross the battlefield. You see
And I'm gonna
the ruination around, bodies, rubble, destruction.
I've seen worse. I'm jaded.
Indeed.
I'm gonna shout to the sorcerer and go, me, you, now.
They follow your command.
No, I'm shouting that at the like sorcerer. It's like, come on, you know, I'm sending him a mano duel, and I'm gonna shout like, my name with my standard, like, yeah, so the fucking knows who I am.
Greetings, Leonidas. Stay a while and witness what true power means. And if you behave, I'll also let you have some of it.
I don't want it. I'm perfectly happy the way I am. Me, you, fight now. Let's go. Shut the fuck up. Let's fight.
Aren't you tired of going head first? So many people dying around you, and for what purpose? For machines? For the carrion emperor? On the false throne? Is it even worth it, serving Sat's masters?
It's always. It's better to die for a cause greater than yourself than to die for oneself. Now shut the fuck up. And fight. Or do I have to go tell the false gods how pussy you are?
They know my worth very well.
Clearly they don't. You would have sent more help otherwise.
Do I have to name every world, every system, every planet I have graced? All those souls I have freed? All those people I have enlightened?
Leonidas is just like, I'm done with you. Take Simon fucking multi-laser, like, the heavy lasers, like, no heavy lasers, like, multi-lasers with his MIUW as he's just done. He's like, I'm done.
As you climb
He's
up,
fully aimed at this point.
yeah, as you climb up the staircase, it's just a barrage of las fire goes towards him. He sort of dodges, has a force field that
Yeah,
absorbs the
he's like,
shots
Fuck you.
as you climb up.
I just keep doing it. It's like, I've got 100 rounds here. It's like,
What a simpleton.
I told you to shut the fuck up and fight.
Changing your mind and convincing you of my greatness might be a more challenging endeavor than I had first anticipated.
Again. He just reloads fires again. Like, nah, I'm not listening.
Can't you see your weapons are useless against me?
Εσύ απλά ζήσε τη στιγμή. Για τους δύσκολους λεκέδες...
He's just ignoring him at this point until he gets there. Like, he just keep firing. He's telling me he's like 100, like he's household card to do the same, but with the plasma rifles that they've got attached to him.
Yeah.
He's fucking like, fuck you, like, shut the fuck up.
As you climb up closer and closer to him, you can see his form more clearly. He's got power armor on. You can see his hands have been transformed, has been mutated to look like bird claws. He's got feathers growing out of the back of his head. His eyes look fiendish, non-human. And he is hovering around, chanting incantations, having servitors and other psychers on the platform up there with him, who also partake in the ritual and charge it.
He's like, I'm just done with your life. I'm saying, if I die, man, just fucking flatten this forge. Fucking flatten it. That's what he says, is if I die, you're done. Like, just fucking orbital bombardment with 1,000 guns, with 10,000 guns.
I see, killing you is the best I can do with you. Such a waste. I'll at least take my time to enjoy it. Come then, show me what the false emperor has given you. Give me the pleasure of proving you wrong one more time. Your final one.
He has given me a 30-inch cock. I'm good.
Fully automatic, mechanicus. Dark Age of Technology cock.
Fucking. Brr.
So, what's dice? Skip these ones. Persistent. Persistent. Who's with you, guardsman?
The household guard. Still nightmares with me.
Members of the
Rebel
members of the 300.
No, the household guard. All guys in power armor as well.
Yeah.
You know, power spears, power shields. And probably about 1,000 of the 300.
Okay. I assume the commanders of the also follow you up there. Let's have you.
It's gonna be funny when he tries to psychic attack me and my boys. You shrug it off, huh? So I'm pretty sure it's not widely known how machined up I am. 'Cause I'm very like I believe Leonidas is very rarely seen outside of his power armor. I think only like a handful of people have actually seen him outside of it. That's up to you though.
Well, even if it's not widely known, it's gonna be evident when he lays eyes upon you.
Yeah. Or when he goes to mind rape me, with psychic powers, none gets through to me or the household guard. It's like, what the fuck? These guys blinks. But I'm keeping Nightmare like he has like blank 8, so he has like.
I'm conflicted. Which map
Is
to use? I'll use this one.
I mean, we could stop it here and you can build one next week.
We could do that too, yes.
Gives you time.
Yeah.
Plus, we're nearly at the end of the 3 hours that you usually allot for these games, so it's like.
We're gonna take our break here. And we will have our fight on our next session. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank you for charging at the enemy. And we'll see how the sorcerer fares on our next one next week.